Ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that behavior.
I think there's so many fucking powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the trial?
Oh, yeah.
Trial.
Joe Rogan and 50 Cent just ripped the lid off a whole new mess with everything exploding around Diddy right now. And the way they're talking has people locked in hard. They're not whispering either. They're strongly hinting that more big names could be next in line for that hot seat. And the tone makes it sound like this fallout is only getting started, not slowing down anytime soon.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that up to here. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
Diddy is already facing serious consequences after Judge Aaron Subramanian handed down a 4-year sentence tied to 2 lesser charges out of 5 total counts. And that alone shook the room. But instead of things going quiet, Joe Rogan and 50 Cent stepped forward louder than ever, openly naming names and calling out people who were allegedly moving close with him during that era. According to them, anyone who stayed tight with Diddy might be feeling that pressure now, because those past connections don't just disappear. The message is clear. Proximity comes with receipts, and old alliances have a way of resurfacing when the spotlight turns harsh. The first name they pointed to was Meek Mill, and for a lot of people, that wasn't shocking at all. Meek was always around back then, allegedly part of the inner circle, popping up at parties and posing in photos when Diddy's public image still looked polished and untouchable. And now people are asking, you think that audio that they put out was real? Why wouldn't they ask that question? Because the moment the charges dropped and the RICO talk started heating up, Meek appeared to pull back fast, like that connection never even existed. Remember when Meek Mill hopped on X, talking tough and trying to shut everything down? He came out swinging, saying he had nothing to do with the accusations being thrown around. He posted, "My voice is so powerful as a black man from the ghetto worldwide. They want it gone. I'm a real king, straight out the trenches, under control of no human."
Everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against cheeks. I heard struggling to take. I heard being like, "Yeah, daddy." Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling. Like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all this because I.
His words were bold, like he was standing 10 toes down. But out in the streets, that post didn't hit the way he thought. A lot of folks didn't hear strength. They heard straight panic. To them, it sounded like someone trying to clean up their image real quick before things really popped off. Then when Diddy officially got sentenced to 4 years, Meek turned it up even more. He came back out publicly again, denying everything. Swore up and down he never had a hand in anything people were talking about. The whispers were everywhere, and Meek was moving fast to kill the rumors. He said those mansion party stories, all fake. Claimed blogs were twisting everything and dragging his name into messy scandals he had nothing to do with. According to him, it was all gossip, pure cap, just blown up nonsense. Anybody who remembers that wild 27th birthday party Diddy threw out in Vegas knows exactly why folks been side-eyeing everything. Word is, Diddy went all out. Rented a place modeled after a Parisian palace, dropped around $25,000 just for the mansion alone, and made sure Meek Mill was posted front and center. Matching outfits, coordinated entrances, dancers on deck. The whole setup was designed to scream, "Look at us." People were saying it felt more like a movie than a party. One crazy rumor even claimed they had sushi being served off a model, just straight over-the-top vibes all night long. And by the end of it, folks said the place looked wrecked, like a hurricane had hit the building.
What's up?
Yeah, y'all already know how we playing out this real life.
Real life.
Yeah, you know Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you
Talk
heard?
that shit, Meek. Yeah, Meek.
But what really made everything go off was that leaked audio that hit the internet after. The clip involved Meek and Diddy, and once it surfaced, social media exploded. It was pure chaos online. People dissecting every word, every pause, trying to figure out what was real.
Are canceling their interviews because they don't want to get blacklisted by Oprah. Who wants to be on the wrong side of Oprah in Hollywood? Who wants to be on the wrong side of Tyler Perry in Hollywood? Who wants to be on the wrong side of Steve Harvey in Hollywood?
Oprah does manage to make it clear that you were not aware of Epstein activities. Did you know who he was?
Yes, I knew him. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex-boyfriend Flavio. He was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows.
Did you suspect what he was doing?
Meek wasted no time calling it fake. He blamed it on AI, said bots were out here being used to tear down his name. But behind the scenes, insiders weren't buying that story one bit. Too many whispers said that audio didn't come from some random AI experiment. It came from someone who was actually in the building that night. Then Jaguar Wright stepped into the mess and turned the volume all the way up. She claimed that Nicki paid a bodyguard to leak the tape. When Nicki later threw shade and joked that Meek loves controversy, fans instantly perked up. That line hit way too close to home. It didn't feel like just a playful jab. It felt personal. Meek fired back, tight about the whole thing, and even put up a bold offer. $100,000 to track down who leaked that audio. Big money, big promise.
What's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
But here's the weird part. Nothing ever came from it. No receipts, no updates, no proof, just silence. Then clips from that wild party started popping back up online, and it only made things messier. One clip that had everybody talking showed Diddy calling Meek Daddy, and once that hit the timeline, the internet lost its mind. Memes were flying, and even Justin jumped in, posting a simple SMH with a facepalm emoji, which just added more heat to the fire.
It's needless to say, devastated and really shaken to my...
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. Can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory.
After all that, Meek tried to spin the narrative, suddenly claiming he was never really tight with Diddy like that. Tried hopping on the no Diddy wave like everyone else. But here's the twist. After all those months of denying everything, the story flipped. Now Meek says he was around the chaos, but swears he never crossed any lines. According to him, he just chilled, stayed low-key, and didn't get involved. So now everyone's asking the same thing. Which version are we supposed to believe? The one where he was never there at all? Or the new version, where he was right in the middle of it, but somehow stayed squeaky clean? Now with whispers that Diddy might actually start cooperating with investigators, the streets are buzzing. Folks are saying Meek could be next in line if names start flying. And just when you thought it couldn't get any bigger, another heavyweight name enters the rumor mill. Oprah. Yeah, Oprah. And that one name alone has the whole timeline holding its breath. Word is, some people are linking her to Diddy's infamous inner circles. Sounds wild? Maybe. But for a lot of folks, it adds up. These whispers about Oprah didn't just pop up overnight. They've been floating around for years, and now they're bubbling back to the surface like lava ready to blow. People still remember those cozy old pics of her with Harvey Weinstein, smiling side by side long before the world knew what kind of monster he really was. And in Hollywood, plenty of insiders said the red flags were there way before the headlines hit. But Oprah kept showing up at his events, backing his films and staying close. That's the part that's got people talking again. Because when survivors needed a powerful voice to speak up, Oprah's silence hit hard. Not neutral, not distant. Some say it looked like she was protecting something bigger. A whole system, maybe. Then you got the situation with her South African school, the one that was supposed to be her shining legacy. $40 million dropped into that place. Global attention, promises of empowerment. But not long after it opened, serious accusations started surfacing from students inside. The dorm matron, Virginia Mogo, was eventually charged for misconduct after disturbing reports came out. Oprah did fly in, cleaned house, and gave an emotional statement in front of cameras. But critics weren't satisfied. They said the timeline felt off, and her answers didn't really cover everything. Now those old accusations are getting dragged back into the spotlight, and this time, they're louder. People are asking, did Oprah know more than she let on? Jaguar Wright and Dr. Umar have both thrown out bold hints, saying Oprah holds a quiet kind of power, the kind that makes people real careful about ever crossing her. Not loud, not flashy, but deep influence. The type that moves things behind the scenes without ever needing to raise a voice. Now, old clips and photos are bubbling back up online, showing Oprah chilling with the same circles that were tight with Diddy at those exclusive gatherings. The kind of setups where no cameras were allowed and only select people made it through the doors. That's got folks asking just how deep her ties really ran, and if those so-called big rooms were actually a lot smaller and more connected than people thought. But Oprah's not the only name heating up right now. Another one making serious noise in the rumor mill is Stevie J. And if you really know this culture, you already know. This ain't just some random name drop. Stevie and Diddy go way back. We're talking before the flashy parties and big headlines. He was right there in the early days, not just as a friend, but as part of the machine. Stevie helped build Bad Boy from the ground up, produced some of the biggest tracks of that era, shaped the sound that took over radio, and helped make Diddy into what he became. So when the feds pulled up at Diddy's mansion, Stevie stepped out fast, stood tall, and showed loyalty. He was one of the first out there, defending Diddy hard, calling him family and refusing to budge. But lately, the whispers surrounding Stevie J been getting louder and a whole lot harder to brush off. Word on the street is that Stevie wasn't just producing hits or chilling in the background. People are saying he was right there at those private gatherings, the same ones where all the craziest stories are now coming from. And it didn't stop at rumors. In Little Rod's lawsuit, Stevie's name was actually mentioned. He was accused of helping organize women for those nights, and that one accusation alone, it shook up the entire timeline. People weren't ready for that. Behind closed doors, there's even talk of a leaked video floating around, allegedly showing Stevie caught up in the middle of the madness himself. But here's the twist. While a bunch of folks in the industry are laying low, cutting ties, and moving silent, Stevie's doing the exact opposite. He's still out front, loud, calling Diddy his brother, standing tall like none of this phases him. And that's got people asking the question that won't go away. Is that real loyalty? Or is Stevie in so deep that walking away isn't even on the table? And just like that, the convo jumps to the next name causing all kinds of noise. Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, him. Old footage started resurfacing, showing Ashton posted up at Diddy's infamous all-white parties, laughing, dancing, vibing like he didn't have a care in the world. That move, Ashton stepping up to defend Danny Masterson, had real consequences. It sparked serious questions about the kind of circles Ashton's been keeping. The backlash hit hard, and it wasn't long before Ashton was forced to step down from the very organization he co-founded. That alone told people the pressure behind the scenes was real. Right after that, the internet got even hotter. Rumors started swirling about Diddy tapes, the kind of rumors that make timelines explode. Who was in them? Who wasn't? What went down at those parties? Suddenly, the convo shifted into something way darker. Ashton tried to brush it off, claiming he was just a guest, nothing more. But people aren't letting it go that easy. They're asking, how deep did that connection with Diddy really go? Just party invites? Or was there more behind the scenes that folks don't know yet? And now another name keeps lighting up the timeline. Naomi Campbell. Every time Diddy's name gets mentioned alongside Epstein, Naomi's name starts trending again too. Both men were tied to private islands, and the whispers around those islands, they've been floating for years. No official charges against Naomi, let's be clear on that. But the rumors alone keep the streets talking, loud. Epstein's crimes are already documented, that's a fact. But now people are looking at Diddy's so-called private island lifestyle and asking, were there similar secrets behind those trips too? And which celebrities were tied in? Naomi's name pops up again and again in online chatter. Claims say she wasn't just around, she allegedly played a role in making introductions within those elite circles. The wildest part? Some are saying modeling opportunities were used as bait, followed by ironclad NDAs and situations that allegedly went way beyond fashion. But the rumors? They're spreading fast. Some users online have taken it even further, accusing Naomi of being more than just a familiar face in Diddy's world. They're saying she allegedly acted like a middle link, helping manage access, set up connections, and maybe even trade favors behind closed doors. One viral comment didn't hold back at all. It straight up said, "She gives me Major Madam vibes, always has. I think she does it for favors, connections, money, and just to keep working." That same post even claimed her career never hit a slowdown because of who she allegedly had backing her behind the scenes. And honestly, that idea has been echoing all across the timelines. Then you got that old interview clip that's now back in circulation, the one where Naomi admits she knew Epstein, but firmly said she never saw or knew anything illegal involving minors. Still, that clip's got folks replaying it frame by frame, watching her body language, catching every shift in tone like it holds some hidden truth. Let's be clear, nothing's been proven, and Naomi hasn't been charged with anything in connection to any of this. But because Diddy's already under a burning spotlight, anyone linked to him is getting dragged into the conversation. And fans, they're watching Naomi real close. A lot of people are side-eyeing her now, saying her responses feel like she's dodging real accountability. One brutal comment said, "She's lying, too fidgety. She knew it all." Another user brought up her past work with Save the Children, an organization that recently faced its own major financial backlash tied to public allegations. Now people are seriously asking, did Diddy and Naomi ever date back in the early 2000s? Old screenshots, throwback photos, and resurfaced posts are making their rounds, showing Naomi front and center at Diddy's most infamous parties. But the wildest part? As soon as his scandals blew up, folks noticed Naomi quietly scrubbed him from her Instagram, like she was trying to erase the connection altogether. And let's not forget that moment, the one still keeping the streets buzzing. When Diddy flew to London with Young Miami just to surprise Naomi with a cake to celebrate her honorary doctorate. That's not something you do for a casual friend. That clip had people raising eyebrows left and right, wondering just how deep those ties really went. Now the real question everyone's asking is this: if the feds start peeling back more layers, how entangled is Naomi in all of this? With more names surfacing and pressure building by the day, the conversation's getting real uncomfortable. Who's actually innocent? Who's been hiding in plain sight? And how many more surprises are still waiting to drop? We want to know what you think. Drop your theories in the comments. Do you believe Naomi knew more than she let on? Was it loyalty, business, or something else entirely? Smash that like button, subscribe for the latest updates, and share this video if you're keeping up with all the chaos. This story is nowhere near done, and trust us, we'll be right here when the next bombshell drops. See you on the next one.